Well, the video seems weird. Anyway, good afternoon, everyone. This is Professor Maloney. Today I'm going to be demonstrating how to do some of your MindTap training activities for Microsoft Access. So Access is the second last module we'll be doing in this class, and it's the only module since Windows 10 that will not have any required projects. Okay, so for some of you, congratulations, no projects this time. We have 3 projects in Word, 3 projects in Excel, and there will be 3 projects in Microsoft PowerPoint, but there are none in Microsoft Access, okay? Oh, you know what? I'm not recording yet, actually, am I? Let me make sure. Oh, I am recording, silly me. Okay, and let me make sure that I'm sharing that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen so I don't have to have you guys look at me. And this one, we're going to make sure this is going to be like a smooth running, fairly quick training demonstration. All righty, so I'm going to take the camera off me, share my screen, and then I'm going to be going over to MindTap, and then we shall begin. One more time, of course, I'll verify. So let me hide that. So verify, I am recording, I am. I am sharing. I am. My mic is on. I'm not seeing it going up and down, down. Anyway, it is, so that's fine. All right, so now I'm going to, don't worry which class I'm in, okay? Doesn't matter which class I'm in, but I'm going to go over to MindTap, okay? And remember that the way the class will work, or the class has been working and does work, is that your dates are based upon your individual class. So now that we're into late March, I have now literally 4 classes that I'm doing that are the same type. So your Microsoft Access portion is based upon the dates in the course syllabus, right? At the end of the course syllabus, if you recall, there's a tentative schedule of activities, or you just come on over to MindTap from the Student Start here in Blackboard, and you click on Access, okay? Now, everyone's is based on theirs, so do not look at this particular class. When you come over, you'll see when your Access exam is. It'll either be the more or less the end of the first week or the end of the second week in April. That's the bottom line, okay? The trainings will be due always the day before the final exam. So these say the 6th at 11:59 p.m., so therefore the exam is the 7th during class time, all right? Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just demonstrate. I'm going to do 8 different tasks from each training module. Remember that Windows 10 had 21 tasks, and then I mentioned that Microsoft Word had 6 times that number, meaning 126 tasks, and then Microsoft Excel had 135. Okay. Now, with Microsoft Access, I believe it goes up to literally 143, possibly 144 tasks. But for sure, it's in the 140s. So it's going to be a lot, all right? But again, no projects. All right, so I'm going to start with Module 1, okay? As always, I'll go ahead and just start. And I'm going to keep a tab on the number of modules, number of tasks. Okay, so the first one is 35. All right, so let me make it larger. Okay, so first one, nice and easy. It just says Start Access. All right, so to start Access, we can click Access in the Start menu, or you can just click the Start button. Okay, and remember, you're operating in a virtual machine. So I've made this a large size, but if I just downsize it a little bit to like here, remember this is a pop-up window, just like every other training has been in a pop-up window, and I'm running a virtual machine. The virtual machine is using Office 365, okay, and /2019. All right, so I just click on Access, and that's it. All right. All right, next one. Question 2. So here it says create a new database. So remember, we just started Access, so then it's going to the next step basically from here. So create a new database from the contacts template with the name contacts and save it in the default folder location. Well, the default folder location is always the documents folder. if it's a Windows machine, but we just follow what we're prompted to do. So it says create a new database. All right, so here is a blank database, but they say from the contacts template. So just go looking for contacts. It's right here, contacts template. So I click on the contacts template. Okay, now what's going on? Put it down there. So and save it in the default folder location, and that's the documents folder. Okay, but they want me to call it contacts, not database 1. Now in Microsoft, in the Office suite, you know that Word documents are saved as docx files. Excel files are saved as xlsx file extensions. Databases are saved, Microsoft databases are saved in Office as ACCDB files. And PowerPoint files are saved as PPTX. So this one is a database, and similar to what I mentioned to you when you're saving your files, your projects, and you're uploading them, you don't include the file extension. So they want me to save this thing here as contacts, but they don't say period or dot ACCDB. So I just type, you just make sure you're in it all, and say contacts, okay? And that's what they want it to say, contacts, in the default folder, so click create, okay? That was a timely whatever. I hope my computer is okay today. All right, you know, sometimes it does depend on the time of day, by the way. This is Saturday, and it's in the middle of the afternoon, so should be fine, hopefully. Create a new table using table datasheet view with the following fields and data types and in the following order. All right, so first of all, when they say create, anything they say to create in Access, there's a create tab for it, okay? Sometimes we have to select something that we're gonna base the creation on, but this one just says create a new table using table datasheet view with the following fields and data types. So they don't care anything about this side yet. So I'm going to click create. Okay. So in the create, they want table. These are the first two for table, and also SharePoint lists are tables, but they want table datasheet view. The first one is just going to say table. That's the datasheet view. So you click this one. Okay. Now, when you're in the table datasheet view, which we are now, okay, we already have now a new table called table 1. They're going to want us to save this as client comments, but that's after we add the fields they want. So let's read the rest. So create a new table using table datasheet view with the following fields and data types and in the following order. So ID is the first field they want, and it's an auto number. And it says this is automatically added by Access. So you see, we do have ID, and you don't see the data type, but it's auto number, and it's already in. So they've done that one, this one for us. So we're already on this one, the comment date one. Okay. So we click over here in comment date. We just click here. What do we want for the data type? Well, for comment date, they want date and time. So we click on date and time. Okay, right here. And now it tells us to name the field. They're going to name it as field 1, but we want date and time for comment date. So I type comment date, okay, no spaces, a capital C and a capital D. Then enter. Okay, so now that one is taken. So ID and auto number was put in by MindTap, let's just say, but really it's just done by Microsoft Access when you create a table and datasheet view. Okay, and then we added comment date as a date time field. Now we want to add a field called comments that's long text. So first I click on long text, and then it opens it up as field 1. So I'm going to say comments. Okay, and again, enter that. Once I enter it, it brings me now to if I want to add another field. But I don't want another field. Now they just say save the table with client comments as the table name. So we have 3 fields, and we put it in the order they said. The first one is ID. We didn't have to create it. It was created for us. The next one was comment date, and we added that as a date and time field. The next one is comments, and this was long text. So now they're saying save the table. So I'm going to click the save button. Okay, so save. And now they're saying we'll save it as what? By default, it's going to be table 1, but we want it as client comments. Since all that other stuff, the table space 1 is selected, I just type. So, because I don't type. Huh. Client, no space, comments. Make sure you spell it right. So client and comments, capital C in both for both words, and it ends in an S. Then say OK. All right, done. I'm going to do, I said 8 for each, okay? For each of the 4. All right, remember you have apply, which is what you always have to do, but remember observe and practice if you need more help. And I'll probably use observe or practice on 1 or 2 of these. All right, in datasheet view up to clients table, change the date acquired field to a date time data type. So in datasheet view, so let's verify if we're in datasheet view. Click the down arrow. See, there's 2 views. Yeah, datasheet view has the gray background, so that's the one I'm in. So I'm in the right view. Okay, change the date acquired. Here's date acquired to a date time data type. So let's right click on here and see what we can do. We don't want to rename the field. Change it to a date time data type. So I need to get up here in the fields. So I'm going to be in fields for that one. And they want me to change it to date time data type. So here's a short text. I think if I click this data type drop down arrow and I pick date/time, that's this one here, then that will change this data type. Okay, so I'm going to click date time. Yeah. All right. All right, next one, number 5 out of 8. In datasheet view up the manager's table, so it says we're in the manager's table. It looks like we're in the manager's table. Verify that we're in datasheet view by clicking the down arrow, and we are. Again, it's got the gray background, so that's the one we're in. Oops, I clicked it. I shouldn't have clicked it, but that's okay, right? You can do it a million times. Okay, so rename the field name of the manager email address. So here's manager email address. To change a name, all you got to do is right click on it and rename the field. So right click this field, and it's called manager email address, but it's all selected. So all I got to do is type email. That's what they want it called. So email with a capital E and enter. Done. All right, number 6. With the clients table, there's clients, here's clients. In datasheet view, verify again, datasheet view. Now let's see, I clicked it up there and it didn't let me click it here to see if that'll, I'll just click back over here. Oh, I can get out of it. Doesn't matter. I'm going to do this till I get it right. I mean, how I can, maybe I click on it? No. So let me click. I'm just testing this to see what I do to get, okay. Anytime I click over there, it's going to give me an incorrect response. So if this was a test, I wouldn't want you to be getting incorrect responses all the time by clicking that view. So make the assumption you're in the view they want you in, because each time, I'm going to do it one more time just to demonstrate that if I click the down arrow, you see datasheet views in gray, and they said in datasheet view. So for sure it's there. And plus, I probably don't need to even go back to it. Let me just move this around and see. So I'm in that view. Change the field size of the state field. Well, here is state. So I got to click on state. Yeah, see, so that shut it for me. So I didn't need to be clicking over there. Okay, so state field, and they want this to be 2. So you click the field that you want, and then you go up to the fields, and see field size is 255. That's the default view, as I explained, the default size for all access fields as I demonstrated in the access overview video I created and played in class. All right, so I changed that to the number 2. Like they want, this is like the field for Florida, it would be FL. Okay, for California, CA, New York, NY, Illinois, IL, that kind of stuff. So they only want it to be 2 fields. So then change it to 2, and they said save the table. So here's the save the table. They're saying, hey, click yes when warned about some data being lost. What this means basically is that if you have a field that's named California, and you have, so CALIFORNIA, and then you shorten that field to only 2 characters, which is what 2 field size means. So then it's shortened to CA. So we've lost LIFORNIA, but they don't care about that. But so that's the warning. All right, so just say yes. And then save the table. Save. All right. All right. Number 7, second last one in module 1 training. In datasheet view of the managers table, managers, datasheet view, and I won't click it again. I'll do it from here. So here it says add a new field named notes with the long text data type. So I'm going to click over here where it says click to add. Okay. So click to add, and they want it notes, but with the long text data type. So you always pick the data type first, so long text, and then they'll call it field 1, and we just type it as notes. Okay. Enter. Done. One last one for this module, number 8. All right, in datasheet view of the clients table, clients, datasheet view. Again, I probably don't need to verify that, but you see it's in the gray background. I'll leave it, and then when I click over here, it'll fix itself. Enter address as the caption property for the street field. So here is street, so click it, and now I want to find caption. So I'll go into my fields. Here's name and caption. Okay, so the name of it is street. The caption, they want to be address, capital A, and say OK. Done. So I've done 8 from module 1 training. All right, now I'm going to close that one down. Okay, close this one down and go to module 2 training. All right. So module 1 was all about tables and field sizes and fields, I should say, but that meant field sizes, field properties. Now I'm doing module 2, and module 2 is about queries. So queries are asking questions of the database. All right. All right. So, okay, this one is 30. First one at 35. This one's 30. That's 65. All right. Now make it big again. All right. So create a new select query in query design view. So create, that means what? We're going to click create, okay, using the client's table. So they already selected the client's table. So that means by single clicking, like if I single click on this thing here or this thing here, then that like right now I'm in the states table, but they want me in the client's table, not in it, but on it, like this way where it's not showing. So not double click, but a single click. Okay, and then create query design view. So create query design, which means design view. Okay, now I'm in query design view, and they want using the client's table. So here's the 3 tables. To do client's table, you can click it and drag it or double click it. So I'll double click it. Boom, boom. And now client's table is here. They don't want me to use the other tables. It just said the client's table. So now I close the show table dialog box over here. So it's closed. Now they want me to add client name, city, and state in that order. So I just double click on client. Let me pull this up so you can see it better. But these are where the fields go afterwards. So they're not going to let me drag it up. Okay, but it doesn't matter. So client name is the first one they want to show. I can click it and drag it, but it's easier to just double click. So double click, boom, boom, and it shows in the first field down below. So now we have client name. Now we want city. And they said, again, in this order. So do it in the order. So I got client name. Now double click on city. Okay, boom, boom. And now state. So I got client name, I got city, and there's state, boom, boom. So I've done that. Now it says run the query. Well, the query is this run button up here that looks like a red exclamation mark, but with the word run. So click it. So now it ran those things. See, client name, city, and state. That's the 3 fields I entered into the query. So I did that, and then save it with client location. So click the save button and call it client locations. And again, you capitalize the first letter of each word, but put no space in between. So client is capital C, locations capital L. Okay, done. Number 1. Number 2 in module 2. With the clients by state query open, so clients by state, open. Let's verify that we're in design view. So this one, they want us in query design view. That's this third choice now. You might say there are only two choices. Yes, depending on what you're doing, there's 3 and sometimes 4 choices for view. When you're doing something with tables, it's either datasheet view or design view, unless you create a table with a form, in which case then you get a form view. But anyway, so for now though, we're on a query. So queries have a datasheet view, a design view, and also a SQL view, which is if you want to write your own code. Okay, so with the clients by state open in query design view, resize the clients field list so that all fields are visible. So clients field list. So this is the client's field list, and you see they can't all fit, but you see it grows the, what do you call, the up and down arrow. So if I click it and drag down, now they're all showing. Then I release. Okay. All right. Next one. In query design view, I'm in query and I'm in design view. Add an ascending sort order to the last name field. So here are the names of the fields in the query. So they put last name, they put first name, they put manager ID, and they put email. They put all 4 fields in. They want me to sort it by last name. So if they want me to do that, I got to be in that field. So you just click anywhere in the last name field. Could even click here or here or here. Doesn't matter. Oh, shoot. That's no good because it has to be in the field. But so in here or in this sort. Okay. And actually, they want me to add an ascending sort order to it. But so you got to be in last name. So in the sort field here, click the down arrow, and they want it to be ascending. An ascending. Okay. So I'm going to click ascending. So that's done, and then run the query. Run is up here in the top left. Run. Done. All right. Number 4. In query design of the client list query. So here's the queries, client list, here's client list, and here is we're in design view, so we are there. Add the zip field from the client's table as the last field in the query. So again, we have client ID, client name, street, city, and state. They want us to put zip over here. So we can click it and drag it. But again, it's easier if you just double click. It'll automatically go to the last field. It'll always be to the right of whatever other fields are showing if the others are already showing. And in this case, they are. So just double click zip and boom, boom, and it's there. Okay. All right. Let's see. Haven't had to do one with practice yet, but I probably will, although I've made databases for a lot of years. In query design view of the clients by state. So here's clients by state query. It's clients by state query. Delete the first name field. So they want to delete the first name field from the query, not from the table, but from the query. In other words, they now want the query to just have client name, state name, and city. They don't want first name in it. So click in the first name field, then go up above, and you're looking for delete, and it's a column. All these are columns. So click delete the column, okay, and it's done. All right, now we're on number 6 of 8. I mean, there's 30, remember, like the last one was 35, but I mean, I'm doing 8. All right, add criteria to the clients by state query, clients by state, to select only those records where the state field value is TX, then run the query. Okay. So there's client name, then there's state name, city, manager name. Now, you see here for state, there's state and state name, okay? So the state field is the one where it's going to have like TX, since we're talking about Texas, CA for California, FL for Florida, and M for New Mexico, whatever and whatever and whatever. So I don't want to put TX for the state name. It should be on the field called state. So criteria is just under. You see I'm hovering on the word criteria, and they want me to put this criteria for the state field. Well, here's the state field. So click there, then go down and click on criteria. And criteria means, what am I looking for? Well, I'm only looking for records that have a TX in this field. That's all I do, and that's called criteria. Then run the query. And if you look, as soon as I run it, you'll only see states with Texas, but you only see it for a second before it moves on. Texas, Texas, Texas. Okay? Boom, boom, boom. All right, now number 7. In the client list query, client list, and that means we're in client list. Switch, oh, okay, in this case, see switch to design view. So now if I click the down view, I actually have to click it. So you see we're in data sheet view because it's got the gray background. They want us to switch to query design. So we click the down arrow for query like I just did, and then click design. Done. All right, next one, number 8. Last one for me for module 2. In design view of the client list query, so this is client, this is client list, and we're in design view, just verify. See, design view is the gray background, that's where we are. Add a criterion, that means down here in this criteria thing again, using a wildcard character to the client name. So here is client name. So they want me in the client name field, meaning anywhere here. And they want in the criteria, so actually in the criteria of the client name. So again, client name is this field, okay? You got to click in the criteria row off client name. So that's what I've done. That's why the cursor is blinking right there. They want me to add a criterion using a wildcard character. So basically, I type the letter M because it says that start with the letter M, okay? And then I type an asterisk. An asterisk is a wildcard character. What this means is if a client name begins with the letter M, pretend it's Maloney, that begins with M, they don't care what comes after the letter M. So it could be M-A, like Maloney. It could be M-E, like Mendez. It could be M-I, like Mills. It could be M-O, like Morris. It could be M-Y, like Myers. So all of these things. Okay, so anyway, I did M and an asterisk. That is what they're asking us to do. And then run the query. And it says to display it in datasheet view. When you run a query, that's what it does. It runs this design view and displays the results in datasheet view. Okay, boom, boom. It's got Malloy's and Merit. I meant to tell you that, but I mean, look at it and read it to you. But okay, anyway, that was number 8. So that's 2. Done. So I've done half of the ones I shall do. You see, I mean, it is pretty easy, especially if you have observed my overview video, which is 2 hours long, which I will be playing in class this week, most likely in most of your classes. Anyway, except for the 10-week mini term, in which case it's next week. All right, module 3 training. So far we got 65. We got 35 and 30. Let's start this one. And this one has, wow, 44. So 35 and 30 is 65. 65 and 40 is 105. 105 and 4 is 109. Looks like this is going to have a whole bunch again. All right, make it big. All right, now we're creating forms. So back to the create. So we click create. And they're saying a new form based on the managers table. Okay, see here we're in client order. They want it based on the manager. So what I do is single click on managers. Okay. So if on your test you get anything like create something based on something else, you click the something else first, then you click create, and then they want it a particular form. So this one says the split form. So forms, there's a whole bunch. There's regular form, form design, blank form, form wizard, navigation, or more. Manager split form. I'll start here. Not that one. More forms. Split form right here. So click that. So now I've got the split form. Save the form with the form name manager split form. So now I just click my save button. Okay, and they want it. This says managers already. So I'm going to take advantage of that. Get rid of just the S and leave manager because they want it to be called manager with a capital M and then split form. So manager split form, 3 words, all first letters are capitalized, MSF, and no spaces, and click OK. All right. Next one, task 2 of module 3. With the client entry form in form view. So client entry, here's a form, client entry. So we're on the right one. They say in form view. So click down here, and now there's more views again. This is a form view. When you have forms, you gain another form view called, well, you gain another view called form view. Form view means the way it looks like if you're entering records on the form level. Okay, so, and in which case you can also scroll through records. So I'm on the form view. Okay, they want me to go to display the 8th record. Well, here's the records. See, it's 1 through 14. So I can search and type 8, or I can just go next. See, that's number 2. Next, next. In this case, I'll just go next till I get to 8. So there's 8, and it's done. Okay, done. All right. Number 3 in module 3. With the client entry form and form view, client entry, form view, navigate to the last record. Okay, so now here it's the same area, but so this is the next record, and the one after it has a greater than, filled in greater than, and then it's got a vertical line. That means the last record. And then the one after that means a new record, a blank new record. So this one here is the last record, so I'll click that, and it's done. Okay, with the managers table, so now we're back to managers as a table. It's open. Use the find and replace tool to find Brian in the first name field and replace it with Brian. So we go to first name. So you see here, we're looking for Brian. There's a Brian, B-R-Y-A-N, and they want it to change to B-R-I-A-N. So they want us to rename this basically Brian with an I. Let's make sure there's no others. There's not. But they said they want us to do it with the find and replace tool. So that's this find tool. Okay, so I'm going to click find. Okay, and you see it now says find and replace. So they want me to, oh, you know what? First, no, that's not right yet. I have to be in the first name field. I can't do it now, so I'm going to get out of here and get out of, let's see if I can do it now. Nope, so I'm going to shut that down. Okay, so you got to be in the right field first. So this is the column first name. If you're not in the first name field, you can't be looking for anything. See, when we have this find right here, it's based on where you are. So like right now, I'm in the last name field. Now you can probably be in really any field in it, but I always start like all of it like that. So first name field is where I am, although I'm in the first name column, but where the first names are highlighted. Okay, so now find, and what am I finding again? Oh shoot, did I shut down something? I don't know what I just did now. What the heck, find and replace. Wow, I think I shut down where it told me what to do. I think this was the Brian, right? Replace. I'm going to get out of this just to come back in because I'm a little bit, I think I've lost my instructions on it, and I think I shut it down. I didn't think it would let me do that. But so I'm going to go back up here actually to the task list, go back to number 4. Now it's opening it again. All right, here's my instructions. Okay. So remember, if you do need to get out of something, you can go back this way. So that's what I just did now. All right, so with the managers table open, there's managers and here's managers table. And in data sheet view, this is data sheet view, but if you want to verify it, just click the down arrow and you see the gray background is for data sheet view. Okay, so now use the find and replace tool to find Brian in the first name field. So you click the first name field. Okay, so click it. Now I want to find Brian. So now I go to the find box and type Brian with a Y. Okay, and replace it. So now replace it. Okay, replace with Brian with an I. Okay, so find next. There it is. It's on Brian with a Y. Okay, and now I want to replace it with Brian with an I. So click replace. Okay, and there's no other one, but technically I probably should be going to find the next just to find another one. Otherwise, I got to cancel because they know the list is so small. But normally, you would go to find next just to verify. So I'll click find next. No, they didn't like that. They probably just want me to cancel now because see, it is changed. It's changed to Brian. And actually, it doesn't say to only find the first record because technically the only way I know there's not another one is for me to be looking. And I don't think that's really right. I would say we should do replace all or whatever. Well, actually, no, it wouldn't make sense because they only want us to do it for Anyway, I don't know. So I hit cancel, but I mean, it has been done. You see the word Brian with an I. So it's done. So cancel. Yeah, that's what they wanted. All right. I don't like it that way, but in any event. All right. Let's see. In the clients by state query. So we're in the clients by state query. Clients by state query. In data sheet view. We're in the data sheet view. It's got the red, gray background. Use the find tool to find the first record with Houston in the city field. All right, we just did this, but okay. So now they want us to, okay, here there's 2 records, Houston and Houston. Yeah. Oh, 3. Houston, 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 Houston. Yeah, there's 3. Okay. But they want us to only find the first. That's what it seems like the other one they wanted us to do too, but technically there wasn't. I mean, there was only one. So anyway, they only want us to find the first. So remember, you get it, you select the field first. So I'm in the city field, and then I find, and I want to find Houston, okay? Find next, and then they want me to replace it. Oh no, actually in this case, they don't want me to replace it, just find it. So I found it. So there, you see I'm on Houston, and now I cancel. All right, all right. Number 6, client entry form, client entry form, in form view. So now in form view, we're in form view. All right, so again, use the find tool, but they want to find the first record with Detroit in the city. So I have to get in the field. See, I clicked. Now you see the cursor to the right of the N. It could be before the H. It doesn't matter. Anywhere in the field. So right now I'm between the U and the S. Anywhere in the field. All right, now the find tool again. And they want me to find the first record with Detroit. So find what is Detroit, capital B, and find next, because I want to find the first. So find next, and there it is. So I assume that's the first, okay? And then I cancel. Done. All right, number 7. In form view up to client entry form. Client entry, form view, form view. All right, so we're in it. Change the city from Houston to Austin for the first record. Okay, so this one we're going to rename the field. That's a better choice. Okay. All right, so form view, and this one, change the city from Houston to Austin. I can probably just type Austin right here. Let's see what the other choices are. See if there's a rename. No, can't right click. Yeah, I'll just manually change this, okay, to Austin. So AUSTIN. I'm certain we can do it also from, let's see, replace, maybe from replace this way, but I'm going to do it this way and see if they take it. So I changed it to Austin, and they didn't say run it, so I'm just going to enter it. No, it didn't let me enter. Let me tab it. Okay, tab worked. Let me try that the other way just to, so that's number, I want to go back and try that one more way just to see. So I'm on this, and I'm going to click in this field, and this time I'm going to click replace and see if it gives me a choice. Find what? Houston. Replace with Austin. And I'll say replace because I'm already, no, let's see. So fine, I don't think they like it this way, but I'm going to try one more way just to, I mean, the same thing. So find what? Houston. So find next, Houston. No, they don't want that. So just do it the way I originally did it. So let's get out of that and just, so there's Houston and type Austin. And then I don't know why entering didn't work. There's enter, it's not working. So I had to hit tab. Oh, you know what? I could have went to, I'm going to do it one more time. I apologize. Just because I want you guys to see certain things, you know, to help you when you're ready for trying to do things. So I'm on Houston again. So double click this. Double click it 100 times. All right, Austin. And now instead of enter, which didn't work, or tab, which did work, I'll just go to the next record this way on the bottom here. Yeah, that's probably the way they would have wanted me to do it, but it didn't tell me to go to the next record. Anyway, all right, this is the last one, number 8. For, I think I'm in module 3 still. Don't even know now. Anyway, using the client entry form, so client entry form, delete the client ID 101 record. So in here, I want to delete, okay, oops, no. Delete, okay, delete, yeah, the record, not just the client ID. Delete the record. And now it says you're about to delete a record. Are you sure you want to? And they said to delete it. So I'm going to say yes. Done. All right, so that is the end of, I think, module 3. Yeah, module 3. So the last one will be module 4. So we were at let's see, 35 and 30 and 44. So we were at 70, 114. Wow. Now we're going to go to module 4 and start another 34. So 114 and 30. Wait, is that where I was? I was at 35 and 30 is 65. No, I was at 109 is where I was. 109 plus 30 is 139 and 443. This now passed Excel for the most records. Every one so far has been more than the previous. Access. Windows 10 was 21. Word was 126. Excel, I think, was 135. And this is now going to be 143. Okay. All right. Anyway, so now close the client. Wow. All right. So to close the table, you just right click on it and close. Hey, this is module 4. Close it. All right. Nice and easy though. So that's good. All right. With the client spice, you'll learn a lot if you pay attention to the video I play on course overview video, access overview video. It's 2 hours long, and I played it in class. You might want to play it a time or two just to observe, to learn. All right, with the clients by state report and design view. So there's clients by state. This is design view, but I can go in here and verify. Yep, design view. Okay. Add state as a grouping field. Okay, so they want me to add state. So here is state. This is a label, so I wouldn't go there. I'd click in this one, I think, probably. And here's grouping and totals. They said add state as a grouping. So here's group and sort, group. Okay, so now here's add a group or add a sort. They said add state as a group or a grouping field. So add a group, and they said state. So click on state, done. Okay, all right. Number 3 in module 4. In report design, so here of client orders, so here's client orders, and this is again in design. Let's click the down arrow, so we're in design. Okay, add client name as an ascending sort order. So again, I always go into this is called a caption, like a header. Header is just the caption part. This is like the text box where the names will appear. So I'm in there. But sort order was in the same spot. Remember, I just clicked it, so I just remember that. So group and sort again. So click it, and then this time add a sort. Okay, and it's client name. So client name. I didn't pick ascending, but I guess it was automatically ascending. Excuse me. All right. In the client orders report, switch to report layout view. Okay, so here's for the second time switching. So, and this one you have to go to the design, or to the view. So we're in report view. You see the reports in gray. They're saying switch to report, but layout view. So here's layout view. So click it. All right. Number 5. Create a navigation form with the tab arrangement of vertical tabs and left. So here they're not telling me based on a certain table or a certain query. They're saying just create a form. So they were on clients. I didn't click it, so I'm just going to leave it there. But most likely it doesn't matter. But I want to emphasize again, normally when they tell you to create something, it's going to be based on something else. Like the last, for sure we did it twice where it was based on, I think it was called managers here, and one maybe that was based on a query or a form. Anyway, create a navigation form. So again, create, okay. So now I'm looking in forms again. So form design, blank form. Navigation, I think it's where this one we saw. Yeah, navigation, vertical tabs left. So vertical tabs and left. Okay, done. All right, number 6 of 8. All right, in report design view of the clients by state report. So clients by state. So now we're in a report, and we are in report design view. So report We got design. Wait a minute. We're in, that's weird. We're in layout and design. So there's something, I think that's a problem. Let me verify what it's saying. In report design. So that's report design. Up to clients by state. We're in clients by state. Report, add the page header. Oh, okay, because we're adding sections, that may have to be done in layout view, but why are we in both? I'm going to leave it because it's there, but to me, this might be a problem. If it's not, it'll work. If it's a problem, they're going to tell me I did something wrong or whatever. Or I'll do the practice. Anyway, all right, so in report view, design view. So I'm saying I'm in that view. Okay, add the page header and page footer sections. So you see here's report footer. There's nothing in it. Here's report header. Technically, this is not the header. It's not in it. So I have to show the header and the footer. So I'm going to right click in this view here, right there. And I want, page header and footer. So I right clicked on this row, right? In that row, page header, footer, done. All right, 2 more to go. In report layout view up to sales by region report. So now we're in sales by region report, sales by region, and we're in report. Oh, same thing. All right, so it must need to be done for whatever reason this way, I guess sometimes. I don't really do much with layouts and design, in all honesty. I'm more of a doer, and I do things like I make queries, I make tables, I make relationships in the tables and stuff, but I'm not a design person. So, but I guess that's the way it is. All right, so in report layout, add sum total to the sales. Okay, so I need to be, okay, I want to select the numbers because when I'm just out of it, like when I'm up here, you see totals aren't selected. I noticed that. I meant to say it, but I didn't. But when I click here, watch where it says totals. Now when I click here, see the totals is enabled. Before it was disabled. So now I can click and add the sum totals. All right, so let's see. They want me to add sum totals. So sum is what I have to add. There's not totals, but sum means totals. Okay, so sum, done. All right, the very last one. I don't think I used practice or observe. Let's use practice or observe. In report layout view up to client orders report. So we're in client orders. We're in report layout again. It's all 3 of them every time for whatever reason. I mean, all 2 of them. Apply bold formatting. Oh, gee whiz. Okay, so bold formatting should be nice and easy to the client orders label. So this is the label. Okay, so now the label's selected, and now we just want bold. So we always just go home, and there's bold over here. Bold, done. All right, so that is 32 tasks that I have demonstrated. So I'm going to shut that down. Okay, get out of there. Come back here. All right, I hope you have learned something, and I hope you have a great day. Professor Maloney, over and out. Get in here and stop recording. Bye-bye.